Okay, boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting with chapter 12 here, the very last chapter of this school year. Yesterday you took notes on 12:1 in class because I was out chilling at home trying to get over my sickness. So I apologize for all that stuff. We're going to be talking about how to analyze survey results today because yesterday you learned about how to create or design surveys. So we're going to evaluate and summarize the results from surveys that we figure out today. Here's three new vocabulary words. Make sure you write them down carefully so that you know what quantitative, qualitative, and measures of central tendency are. And there are three types of measures of central tendency: the mean, the median, and the mode. I find it very important for you to know when do I use these numbers or these different types. So make sure that you copy down that information right over here. I'm putting a nice beautiful box around it all the time. Let's get our first question done. There's a bunch of information here, but I'm going to read directly to the question. Which measure of central tendency, if any, best represents the data? And then we have to give our reasons why, and then we're going to find the measure. So the first step would be to write these numbers down in order from least to greatest. When I do that, I see that I have all these numbers here, and 55 would be my mode because it happens most often. But the middle of my data is right around here. And if I have the middle of my data, which is central tendencies, and it's not my mode, I'm probably not going to be using that to help us out. So because of this, I'm going to be using the mean. When we use our mean, that's going to help us to figure things out. There are no outliers, and the mode only repeats itself twice. So mean is going to be the best number for us. So remember how to find mean? Well, you just add up all the numbers and then divide by the number of numbers. So when we do that work, the mean is $78, which would be in between that 73 and 80 like we were showing you. On our next question here, which measure of central tendency, if any, best represents the data? Well, we have a 30%, 10%, 25%, and 35%. None of these are really in the middle for us to help us out. So there really is not a good central tendency for us on this kind of a data. Moving on, same kind of situation. We're going to put these numbers in order from least to greatest. Which measure of central tendency would be best used? Well, because we have this 0 and then all the other numbers are fairly close, the 0 is going to throw off our mean numbers, so its median would be the best score for us to find the middle of our data. Here's a multiple choice question, this one on your own. And here's another question for us to figure out. If Mr. Sangala is considering weighting the homework average by a larger percentage in the overall grade of his chemistry class, to maintain the validity of his survey, whom should he poll to find a student consensus? A, all students in the front row of his classes. Well, that's only going to be just front row kids. Parents of the students, every third, and the principal. So to be random and be getting a consensus of most students, the best choice right here would be the every third kid in his grade book when it's been alphabetized. We have one more question here, then we're on to our open response and done for the day. So if a school district is trying to find out what students want to eat for lunch, they have this bar graph that's going to explain to everybody what they get for choices. They have salad, chicken, pizza, and spaghetti. The question is, what should be served for school lunch? And according to this bar graph, the conclusion that they came up with was that the majority of the students would be pleased to eat pizza for lunch, or only eat pizza. And our job is to say, is this valid or is it inaccurately displayed or accurately displayed? So if I look at these numbers, I have 100 kids who want to eat salad, 300 who want to eat chicken, 400 who want to eat pizza, and probably like 225 who want to have spaghetti. And they use the word majority. When I see the word majority, majority means more than half. Is 400 more than half? And in this case it is not, so that's why I'm telling you it is no. It does not support the conclusion very accurately. Open response question, hardest one you've had all year long. Good luck. We will see you guys all tomorrow. Burmination, sore throat, plugged ears, signing off.